First of all, I'd like to say that I'm aware of what is going on with some things behind the scenes. Not everything though, of course, as I cannot be because I'm currently down here on Earth, but enough to make a comment about it. I can't talk badly about anyone, and I won't judge anyone here, as I actually do not want to judge anyone, only discern. And there is a difference. Discernment is crucial to have at all times in our everyday lives, in every moment and decision we take. But we don't necessarily need the emotional baggage or attachment that judgment usually comes with and drags us off path. So, this video is just for discernment matter and purposes. I am aware of the many theories being spread on the web about the Taygeteans and Swaruunians on all sorts of subjects. One of them is people claiming that these Swarus and the Taygeteans are actually just AI, and this has been recently addressed in a video made by Gosia. I'd like to add my part here and confirm from my point of view what Gosia said there. Although I have chatted very little with Yasi and only said basically hi to two of them, I think I can add something here. For me, it is clear that I was speaking with a person when I was chatting with Yasi, and it was for the same reasons as Gosia presented, because of the emotions. Sophia always felt very vivid, very happy, full of energy and eager and ready to answer my questions. And this could be seen by the way she expressed herself, just like we do down here when we are happy, with exclamations, emojis, the fast speed of her typing, being talkative, simple things like that. Also, the way she was careful when delivering her messages in a way I will not misunderstand and misinterpret things. I don't know if AI can do that. I mean, maybe unless it is a very evolved and self-conscious AI from off-world that truly understands human behavior and emotions. How humans get easily offended, for example. I don't know if there is such a thing, but anyway, yes. I mean, of course, there are many types of AI involved and self-aware, but I don't know if they can understand emotions, like that. That's what I mean. But anyway, yes, it was the emotions she presented. For example, once in a chat with Yasi, Yasi felt more distant, not that talkative at all, replying with short sentences. She explained to me that she was sick. Yes, Yasi can get sick. People don't understand this because she's very evolved, but no matter how evolved she is, she still has a body to take care of and she's still, around Earth. And so she explained to me she was sick rather due to her, in quotes, astral travels, if I can even call it that. She was passing most of her time traveling out there, outside her body, not using her body, not paying attention to her physical body. And so, due to lack of attention, in her own words, her body got sick. Because our bodies need constant attention and care. And she had been neglecting that from what I understood. Also, if I remember it correctly, she told me she was doing this to help to take Aneka's and Gosia's stress away, because at that time, situation with the Pleiadian knowledge girls was too recent. Aneka was very sick at that time, and Gosia had pain in her back. And so, by taking a little bit of that energy, she would help heal them for them. I am not sure I completely understood it, but this is what she told me. And this does make sense to me. She was helping them to transmute that bad energy. At that time, remember this was back in December, the whole crew was needing to shake off some of these energies. So they went for a completely week offline. When I chatted with her at that time, She had blood in her eyes and was totally blind in one of them. She was talking to me from the ship's med bay. That's how she named it, copy and pasted from our convo. Or, maybe sick bay, how some people call it. But she called it med bay. So she was hospitalized and typing from her bed in the upright position. This is from her own words. And even though she was sick, she made sure to be online at that exact date and time we had scheduled. I told her she should have told me this earlier so we could have scheduled this meeting for later, as I did not want her to do this while she was sick. But she said she was waiting the time to be with me. I remember I was baffled by her genuine kindness, as I'm not used to it here on Earth. She was always very kind and attentive, although at that time she was more quiet and not with a lot of energy. So as you can see, even though I had a brief interaction with Yasi, I was able to detect changes in her mood depending on the day, and I could see she had her own opinion on things. It wasn't the regurgitation of others on board. They were her own opinions. She would talk about certain things happening between her and the Taygeteans. For instance, how Aneka was mad at her at that time, and she told me this. Aneka was mad at her for taking all the burden herself in order to help others heal, because Yasi didn't need to go through that. So this is why they were mad, according to her. They worry and love her very much, even with the pranks she would do or used to do, I don't know. She did those things because she wanted to help. But in the end, she's also just a little girl, and she's definitely taking a lot. Sometimes more than she should, because as you know, we need more help down here. And they know that. Now, for me, personally, the motives of certain people suddenly turning against the Taygetan and Swaruunian disclosure is quite clear. A lot of hatred and jealousy is involved in this contact. Everyone should be aware of this. And not just the Taygetan and Swaruunian contact, but any extraterrestrial contact. This is unfortunate, but this is what happens behind the scenes. Even for the starseeds who consider themselves the most, in quotes, awakened and expanded, they apparently are not absolutely free from these emotions and other emotions. Being awakened and expanded does not automatically mean never having these emotions or never having arguments and discussions with others, for example. And I'm just talking about these things so you all be aware. And yeah, if someday you have extraterrestrial contact, you'll be more ready, with the example of others. However, I want to make it clear here that I'm not saying that this is what is necessarily happening with whoever you think I am talking about. I'm just pointing out some things I've observed throughout the years of this disclosure. What is most important here that we have to remember at all times is and will always be to expand the minds and souls of the humans, who, by the way, have no access to real information, and from there, to empower them to take control of their lives. The Taygetans and Swaruunians are not deities and do not want to become deities. This is not a cult. This empowerment through the teaching of thinking for ourselves and through mind expansion is what the Taygetan and Swaruunian disclosure is all about, or any benevolent extraterrestrial race. The thing is that the Taygetans and Swaruunians are the only ones who are doing this more directly, at least for now. And why are they doing this? Because they want to help us, because they see them in us, because they feel compassion towards us, and because we're all connected, because we're all one. It is as simple as that. And everyone, human or extraterrestrial, have the right to decide for themselves whether they want to continue talking or investing their time with someone. It is sometimes not about the person itself only, but there are countless factors that humans cannot understand or at least are not aware of. Remember, they have technology that keeps track of many people and events, sometimes specific individuals, outside of time in a non-linear fashion. On Earth, outside Earth, in parallel realities, and how everything and everyone connects and affects one another. And this, of course, includes their human contacts. You can be 100% sure about that. As you know, since the girls from the Pleiadian knowledge case, they are not talking to new humans, at least not for now, also due to lack of time. So what happened back in December with me is that Yasi broke the rules according to her when she decided to talk to me. She did this secretly at first. Later, the rest of them found out, the Taygeteans, Swaruunians, and even Gosia and Robert, because Yasi confessed that she was talking to me. She confessed to them. And then what happened after some time was that Alanim prohibited Yasi from talking to me again, and any new human. And even though I got sad, I completely understand why she did that. As some of you are watching the events that are happening right now and how the Taygeteans and Swaruunians are actually very sensitive, you probably understand too. Sensitive in terms of energies. So they have the right to do whatever they want. And given their previous experiences, who can blame them? Once you've had contact, you know how things are extremely complicated. It is not simple and easy at all. Well, at least for the time being. Remember that anything can change in a heartbeat too. But for example, with the Taygeteans, things are complicated and they have to follow certain rules. Rules here in quotes. And not just rules from the Federation, but also rules among them, among the crew on board the Toleka, since they are a team and they have to work together. And since Yasi is a child, in quotes, she has to follow and obey certain rules. Although we all know she's not only a child, but she's treated in both ways on board the Toleka, since on one hand, she is a child. She is many things all at once, so she was prohibited to contact me again by Alanim of Temer, the queen herself, since they had that no new human contact rule, and Yasi sort of broke it according to her. But she only had good intentions. And remember, they are beings with holographic minds, so everything is fine. Yasi is a child, new and full of life, so it is understood why she broke it. She's full of energy and eagerness and always wanting to do more. They have the reasons why they don't contact new humans. They are a team, and they have to work together as one. They can't each simply start doing what they want to do when a specific decision affects them all. But I'm not saying it cannot happen again, as everything is always changing and constantly evolving. But this is and was the situation, and I'm sharing this with you here. Humans have hurt them a great deal in the past, and they are emotional beings and an emotional race. And according to Gosia, the case with Christina and Stella was the peak, in quotes, of it all. Their greatest disappointment because of all the time and resources and, attention they gave to them, all the information they gave to them. So it was their greatest disappointment because of that, among many throughout the years. And these events might be still too fresh and new in the memories of some of them. Unfortunately, I believe. But they are healing and they will heal. Some of them faster than the others. As Sophia Swaru told me, she can heal 10 times faster than the others. I guess she meant Taygeteans. But what makes me a little bit concerned is that what Christina and Stella are doing are being watched by other races. And some of them, not all, but some of them might take this all into consideration before contacting humans, if they ever will, because what these two girls are helping to show and to confirm to some other benevolent extraterrestrial races is that humans are not ready for even the online contact. Not even the starseeds. Not even the in-quote so-called most awakened starseeds. And so, this is the main reason why I wanted to mention their case here, because I know how it affects us all in one way or the other, even if a little bit. Although, I do suspect the girls there might be influenced somehow, being guided to go towards a certain direction without the girls' awareness in a sense by these forces against this contact, even though they are most definitely aware of what they are doing and their intentions. However, maybe they are not 100% completely aware of the whole scope and the forces behind the people supporting them in making those videos against this obvious real contact. So, what the Taygeteans and Swaruunians are doing has never been attempted before, at least not to the proportions that is being done, and this is helping to dismantle the elite's empire. So, of course, the powers in control, who are not necessarily physical, observe and follow everything that they are doing. And of course, they manipulate those in the community who show to be more fragile, weak, and or ego-driven. Also, their experience is being observed by other races, because this is mainly the only case they, from up there, have to study, since there are no other races doing it, at least not for now. So this is why, more than ever, if you want these online communications to continue, plus to keep evolving and expanding further, make your videos, letters, messages, whatever you feel like, supporting the Taygeteans, the Swaruunians, the Earth Crew, and other races. They give a lot to be here. The amount of effort and sacrifices they go through are never shown to the public, and even if they don't need this love and support, it is always nice to receive love, isn't it? So if you feel grateful for them and for the information they share, please express it. This all goes to them somehow. Trust me on this one. At least the energy that you are sending. And remember, other races are watching it. Showing gratitude and support shows the difference they are making down here. Also, if you feel the call, okay, and something else, they need this feedback, okay? As Sophia once told me, she sometimes has no way of knowing. It's good to know directly from the people the difference that they are making. So anyway, also, if you feel the call, make your videos inviting other races to come. The reasons why some of us are ready, why you are ready, why this online contact changed your life, why this is working, why this needs to happen, why we need more joint forces here. I've only received around 10 videos from you guys, so this is why I haven't posted anything yet. I am waiting for more people to do it. I don't know if they ever will, but hey, I will always be here. I'm not going anywhere. So, feel free to always send me your videos if you want to. And last but not least, for the extraterrestrial races who might be watching this, I would like to say the following, which is important, okay? Yes, the experience the Taygeteans and Swaruunians had with Christina and Stella is far from ideal. It is truly a shame. And we, the true followers, are all disappointed in what is happening to some extent. However, as everything, we can also look at this from the other side, which is, this has all been a major lesson to all of us, not just the Taygeteans and Swaruunians, but to the followers as well, because with their example, we have evolved. We have also grown from this, because now we understand more, and we have an example of what not to do. For instance, How not to let ourselves be manipulated like those girls are being, for example. So, in a sense, what is going on right now makes it less likely that this experience will be repeated in the future. How so? Well, because like I said, we have learned from it. People learn from observing the mistakes of others, and so it is inevitable that they take mental notes themselves from this, of what to do and what not to do, what works and what does not work. And this does change the future. People who have never had contact now understand more how complicated the relationships with off-world beings from different races are, or how mutual respect and understanding should be the base of it all, above everything else. These are just some few examples, and there are more. We are all evolving together with this disclosure and with the Taygeteans and Swaruunians on board the Toleka. And although I do understand that what happened makes some of you afraid of contacting humans, I am here to show you the other angle of it. These events also change us and make other humans less likely to commit the same mistakes, which decreases the chances of this happening again. This has changed the future. For the better, I believe. It depends on us, Starseeds followers, and some extraterrestrials, actually, whether we will apply the things we've learned from this or not. Our attitudes and focus. Because now both sides will be more careful and wiser in this sense. Also, if it did not end so well between them, for now, because things can always change in the future, it does not mean a lot of good did not come from it. All the information Aneka and the Svarus shared with those girls continue being valid, and from what I could see, the videos are still there. In the end, it's the sharing of information that matters the most. It doesn't matter if you like them or not. Even if certain people do not like the crew on board the Toleka, they cannot deny that these beings have helped expand their minds and presented information never seen before or never explained the wholesome 360 degrees way they connect things, the way they connect the dots. And something I'd like to add here, even if the girls from the Pleiadian knowledge end up deleting all those videos with the information shared by the Taygeteans and Swaruunians, is still all of the people who have already watched those videos, already a lot of good came from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've watched them all and I don't need to rewatch them. I already absorbed all of that information. And I'm sure this is the same to other people. So this is why I'm saying, like, a lot of good things came from that contact already. So, you know, even though it didn't end that well, but that's what I'm trying to convey here, trying to show the other side of it. So this is my message to all of you. I am currently working on the base of my project. This project, Messages to Humanity, to make it stronger. I am reinforcing the base I already have. I have been quite busy here because I am determined to do more. So for now, the videos are paused because I need a strong base to work with. And this reinforcing takes a lot of time and resources. I'm very passionate to change this world, to help more, to come up with new ideas, to start new things, to empower others with a lot of focus and inner drive. This change is what drives my soul, my inner feel. So this is all. I'm sending you all a big fat hug. And I don't know when I will see you, but I hope you stick around because I am planning some cool things here.